Thank you very much. If the people who are doing the dance of peace are ready, you guys can come out if you guys are ready. And if you're not yet ready, you guys are coming up next. So I'd like to welcome you all to the FMYDE Conference. So most of you will be asking, what does FMYDE stand for? Which is Financial Management, Youth Development, and Empowerment. This is why you are here also. So we're going to broadcast a presentation. Could you please help me, IT, with the presentation? Just to briefly outline why you guys are here and what we are trying to achieve by your presence. Okay, I'll just start whilst he's operating. So basically, we started, okay, here we are. So it was established in July 2023 after seeing a need to train students in managing their finances, but it has diversified and grown from that stage. The next slide. Okay, so who are we? It was started after seeing a need to train and to train African students with skill sets to be able to change Africa, even while during studies, empowering them to be youths that can fulfill Africa Agenda 2063. So the goal is to equip all African youths living in Russia by enabling them to actively participate in Africa matters presently and for the future. Okay, next. Okay, so this is our team. You can move to the next slide. To the next slide again. As you can see, our team comprises of almost different people from different countries. We just didn't highlight each and every person, but we have 15 representatives, 15 represented countries in our team. So our mission is to provide a vibrant platform for African students in Russia for development and empowerment, and to be able to evidently partake in the new Africa, presently and in the future. Our vision is an integrated community that guarantees socio-economic development for Africa using the vision Africa 2063. And our values, of course, are unity, integrity, excellence, accountability, and productivity. So this was our first conference. As you can see, we were about 30 students offline and about 30 students online. But today we are progressing well. Thank you so much. I would like to invite people who are going to dance the dance of peace before we open our plenary session. Dance of peace. Okay, as we await, maybe you have any questions about FMYDE that you would like to ask. Hello, guys. Nothing at all? Really? And we want to change Africa and you don't have any questions concerning what we're trying to do? Come on. Okay. I'll let you rest because our dancers are here.
You need the light off. You guys need the light off. You need the light off. Yeah. Okay, so where's the switch? Start. It's okay.
Since we already started late, would like to invite His Excellency, Ambassador of Sierra Leone, for his speech on leadership.
I nearly wanted to say good morning, but it appears we have to.
Yes, sir.
And then I know we were meant to start at 11, but never. It's always like the same man proposes, God disposes. So we are happy at least we are starting. And then before even I commence, I asked you whether young lady is all right.
Yeah, she is.
Was that part of the drama to kind of go into trance and collapse and being taken away? We hope she's all right. Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, colleagues from other embassies, distinguished delegates, good afternoon to you all. It's a pleasure for me to be here, and I really feel honored that I'm part of this. That light is just nice. Let me just see this thing. I'm going to yeah, it's good right into my eyes. I know that most of us want to have happy conversations here to make this can't blame that they never predicted that it was going to slow like this. And for those of us who were here last December, I was just saying to His Excellency that the appears that the winter is going to be very severe this year. That it started with a vengeance. So, but it shouldn't prevent us from coming here. And then I want to believe that this is just the Asia kind of meeting or conference of the FYMDE. And then we believe that in the future there will be more people. It's never easy to start anything in life. It's never easy. When the baby is born, the baby start to crawl. That baby wants to stand up and run. It's not going to be able to run. So there are stages to everything. Everything you do in life, there are stages. You can't just drop from your mother and you want to run. So you should be proud of yourselves, the organizers, for getting us here, despite the weather conditions. And then we are hoping that in the future, many people will join. Because this journey that you have started, it's not an easy journey. It's always difficult to organize people. It's always difficult to move them. And particularly when it's snowing and it's 14, it's even worse. So without much ado, let me move on to my slides of my presentation. Leadership. I have done some slides for you. If you go back to the first one, please. Go back to the first one. The very first one, yes. I like this, the topic. I like the strategic and the intentional approach of African students living in Russia. Do you know when I was group of African students in Libya. Then I went back to a flyer. It's always good to check. So I went up to a flyer and I saw intentional, not international. You know, that teaches us that anything you do, you always have to check. And most of the students don't ever think that these questions you have prepared to answer is the best answer. Always try to check to make sure that things are correct and things are right. Because you may end up getting the wrong thing. Imagine if I came here today, this afternoon, and I displayed their strategic and international groups of African students. You guys, the FMYDE organizers will be laughing at me. They say, what's wrong with this ambassador? Did you not read our flyer? So it's always good to read. It's always good to read. And it's always good to check. So, definitely, you know who I am. I don't need to introduce myself again. I've been introduced by the one of the organizers. By the way, before I proceed, I want us to give a big hand to that young lady and that young man there, the president of the Student Union of Sierra Leone, and that young lady, the organizer who was here. I want you to give the reason I'm saying this, before even I proceed, they have displayed some leadership. They have done how to search out the knowledge, to research. That's what they've done. You know, they put an appointment to see at my university. I think I was one of the first diplomats that they went to see. And then we had about, they probably came for all the 30 minutes, but we spent nearly 1 hour more talking, exchanging ideas. That all these are ideas what we want to do. In our days, by the way, if you don't know, I was a student there myself several years ago. Probably some of you are not born at the time when I was a student there. And that was in 1989 by the eve of the collapse of the Soviet Union. And I stayed here for 8 years because after my master's degree, I was invited to do a PhD, which unfortunately and sadly I didn't finish because I was also given an opportunity to go and study in another country. So I wanted to test myself somewhere else. So that's why I did everything. I just came across my outline and my thesis the other day for my PhD. I was amazed. I didn't kind of defend. Only defending, publish all my articles, etc. Only defending that I didn't. And like some of you today who are student leaders, I was a student leader. I was a president for nearly 20,000 students. I studied in Kiev, Ukraine, the Kiev State University, and I was the president for nearly 20,000 students, foreign students, and the natives, Russians, Ukrainians, etc. And then Soviet students. And it was not easy to organize students. It's never one of the easiest tasks. We had a lot of ups and downs. A lot of ups and downs. And I will say to you that as much as yes, we are organized, I feel you guys stand a better chance. Stand a better chance because Russia today is not a Russia that we knew then. Because if I can digress a little bit, when I left 1997 was the last time I left. When I came back 2018 as an ambassador, when they drove me from the airport to my residence, the changes I saw, they were so miraculous that I was up to this day, every time I'm traveling, like I open my mouth. The strides that Russia has made. And that's down to leadership. It's down to leadership. Irrespective of the way you describe it. It's down to leadership. So that takes me to the definition of leadership. Which of course is the second slide. The second slide takes us to the definition of leadership. It is the ability of an individual or a group of persons who are able to influence and guide others in an organization, society, or team. Leadership often is an attribute linked to a person's title, seniority, or ranking in a hierarchy, for example, in the forces. So, group of individuals, group of individuals or persons who are able to influence. So, like I said earlier, you have this gentleman and the lady there, who with others have been able to influence our being here today. So you need to have those group of people who are able to sacrifice, who are able to influence others to do things. And of course, when we go down, we will later see in the slides the positive and negative parts of leadership. But I always kind of have a discussion of good leadership. Because good leadership brings positive things for all of us. Because, like I was saying earlier, irrespective of what you say, most of what the leaders of post-Russia did for Russia was to ensure that this country moved from where it was during the Soviet era to where it is today. Very brilliant looking country. That all of you want to leave Sierra Leone, leave Uganda, leave Zambia, leave Tanzania, and other countries, Uganda to come and study here. Because of the leadership, because they put things in place for you to come here and be able to study in your schools, in your universities. They are leadership. The rector, the deans, every one of them, they put their effort. So, they influence, people who influence society. Leaders have influenced society to an extent that some of them have even destroyed the society. They destroy the societies. We know them in classic examples. What caused the Second World War because they had a bad leader in Hitler. In himself, he thought he was a good leader. He had followers. In himself, he thought he was a good leader. But we know that he was a bad leader. So he brought war. So bad leaders bring war, and good leaders bring prosperity. That's what happens. There's no two way about it. So you must be able to influence others. You must be able to carry the people with you. And in the forces, I know my colleague from Ghana, military officer, not you, okay. We have some military officers who are ambassadors. And in the forces, leadership is always like hierarchy. Yeah. Like we say, first come, first serve. It's hard for somebody to join the military or join the police and start jumping above the other. No. You start from the lower rank to the upper rank. Unless in some societies that you and I probably know, if you have some influence, you can go behind and try to kind of drive your way up to where you're not meant to be. And in most cases, those leaders that get there, they crash. They are not progressive. If you give up, get yourself up there where you're not meant to be, you're not going to do that. Just like you students. We all make the students. There are probably some of you, I don't know any one of them is here. There are probably some people who do not come to class. Okay? But they want to pass. They want to be a medical doctor. I'm going to be a medical doctor if you don't attend the anatomy classes or other things. How are you going to know the human body if you don't study? You're just thinking of like taking marks and then you become a medical doctor. And then at the end, when you go to your surgery, you start doing it. Because you don't go through the rigors of academic gymnastics. No. You try to find shortcuts. Leadership not find shortcuts. So, There are three words that usually associate with leadership, and that is vision. Leader should have a vision. The leader should have a vision. The leader should have a direction. The leader should have a direction. If you don't have a vision, if you cannot see, you're not going to have a direction because you don't know the road to go. You don't know the path to take. And then the leader needs support. But you're only going to get support if you have the vision and the direction. Then people will follow you. We are here because FMYDE leaders have got a vision, they've got a direction, and they've got the support of the students. That's why we are here. If they didn't have a vision, they didn't have the direction, we wouldn't be here. You know? And one of the visions that they have, I had the speaker, was to address the financial inequities among students. To support you. You see, vision, direction, and support. It goes with leadership. The next slide. You know, this was very deliberate. There is leadership everywhere. In whatever we do or surrounding us, someone and something leads. Somebody has got to lead. Even in this building, the caretakers, there is a leader. Okay, if there's no leader, nobody will be there to actually tabulate who comes to clean this room, who cleans the other room, who cleans the toilets, who cleans the kitchen. So there's leadership everywhere. Even when you see the ants, some of you are very aware. If you take your microscope and look at the ants, when they are carrying the sugar or they are carrying something, there's always one of them that is leading. And you will see the leader usually observe them. You will see the leader that usually will leave the group, check, and come back. When you look at the ants, the leader will usually leave the group. They found this nice, good-looking, succulent food. They want to take to their hiding place. The leader is there. When they are carrying it, the leader will usually leave them, go and check to make sure the road is safe. And if there's a direction there, he has the support. They are bringing the food to their hiding place. But he wants to make sure that everything is successful. So he clears the way. The leader clears the way. He has the support. And anything that we do, there's always somebody who leads. Even if you go into surgery, even if you are 10 medical doctors there and surgeons in that surgery, you have a lead surgeon. You can all not lead. And there's going to be chaos. We can all not be teachers at the same time at a particular given subject. We can all not be presidents at a particular time. There's somebody who needs to lead. We can all not be prime ministers at a particular time. Somebody needs to lead. We can all not be student presidents at the same time. Somebody has got to lead. There is always a leader. There's always a leader. Somebody has got to lead. And somebody must have a very clear vision and direction. Because if they don't have the vision and direction, they're not going to get the support that they need. So, as you listen, as I go along, those are the three key words probably you need to be remembering. Vision, direction, and support. If you don't have a vision, nobody's going to support you. You're going to tell us exactly what you want to achieve. What you want to achieve. That's your vision. And then which path will you want to take to achieve that vision? Once you have those two things clear, we're going to support you. We're going to support you. But if you don't have them clear, you don't have the vision, you don't have the direction, the path that you want to take to achieve your goals, nobody's going to follow you. That's the reason why most people fail. Because they will come and hear and talk. You have listened to people when they come, they will talk. They will scream and scream and scream and scream. And then at the end, when the thing ends, people will be going to say, didn't really understand what that guy was saying there. What did he really want? What did he really want us to do? You know? What did he really want us to do? Yeah. A poor commander don't lead a troop to victory. They fail. They don't have a vision, they don't have the direction. They don't even know how to interpret the map of the territory where they are fighting. There's no vision, there's no direction. You've not done your homework. You need to do your homework, read your map before you come to the territory. You know, you must have heard about Napoleon. For some of you in history, yeah, he wanted to capture the whole world, but he didn't really know how to do it. Yeah, I don't get me wrong. You know, somebody was saying, somebody in Grant and Temple, a historical book I read some time back, said that there's a quote that said that Napoleon was a success of his triumph and what fatality of his career. His name was the reason for his popularity, but that was the fatality of his career. He didn't read. Napoleon wanted to capture. How can you go capture the whole world? You're coming to Russia 1812 in winter to capture Moscow. He didn't read about Moscow. He didn't know how severe the weather would be. So he led his troops to a lot of fatalities because of that. So you need to have that. You need to have that. You need to have that vision. And you need to have the direction. Let's move on. There are common types of leadership. And I remember for some Sierra Leoneans here, a few months ago, we had a virtual symposium. And you'll be familiar with some of these things. So one of the common types of leadership is coaching and mentoring. These are leaders who develop people for the future. The coach and the mentor. They develop future leaders. They develop future leaders. So they coach them, they train them, and they mentor them. They develop future leaders. Authoritative. These are leaders who mobilize people towards a vision. Yeah? Authoritative. Let's kind of sometimes distinguish between authoritative and despotic. Because authoritative is like, you have the authority. You want people to do things the way you want them to do it. You don't necessarily a despotic person, but you want to use your authority to make sure that something is achieved, something is done. Affiliative partnership. Affiliative or partnership. These are leaders who form partnerships. They go with a group, they go with people. They create an atmosphere of attachment and bonding. Because they know that they cannot do it alone. They want people to join them to do it together. You find that kind of leadership a lot around these days. You find people who actually form bonds, they form partnerships to do something. And I think this is very relevant for FYMDE. This is very relevant. This affiliative and partnership leadership is very relevant for FYMDE. They know they cannot do it alone. But they have a vision. They have a kind of direction. But they know they cannot do it alone. So they want the support. They want partnerships. And that is the reason why they have gone to embassies. That's the reason why my colleagues from the other embassies are here. And that's the reason why we have our sister there. And that's the reason why most of you are here. Because FYMDE wants affiliative and partnership leadership with all of us. Because they believe that only when we work together as a team, we are able to achieve some of the goals that we have set ourselves. So I would really encourage students. What these guys are doing, these few guys have started, will endear you a lot. Because these guys, they're going to be like your ambassadors who will be advocating for you to embassies. They'll bring embassies together. They'll be advocating for you, brought to the Russian government, to agencies. They find opportunities for you. We know how difficult it is for students to have placements in this place. We know how difficult it is for students to get jobs in this place. We know how difficult it is for students to make ends meet. That is why you have FYMDE. They want partnership with all of you, with all of us. And like me, I've said to them, and my doors are always open to them, to share my ideas with them. Because I think they are there on the good path. They've got a vision. They've got a direction. They need our support. They need our partnership. So let's give it to them. I have already spoken about despotic leaders. These are leaders who oppress others and create discourse. Strong. It's usually referred to as strong hand leadership. Yeah? They'll start very nicely, but sooner or later they think they want to run everything for themselves. They don't consult anybody. They just take decisions that they think that suits them. It's like the DJ who plays the music and you'll be dancing behind his counter alone when you go to a club. You've probably been to parties or clubs. You know, you see the DJ will be playing music and nobody is dancing. Yeah? They'll be playing the music that they like. You know, I've been to clubs, I've been to places, and I would walk to the DJ and say, "Bro, you see nobody's dancing there, you know. Nobody's dancing, everybody is sitting. You know? Change the music, change the songs." A leader should play the songs that the followers want to hear. That's what the leader should do. You just do things that you want to do. Nobody's going to go with you. The country will go with you. The students will go with you. You lead. And you want others to follow. Take them with you. You can't be despotic and want to succeed. That takes us to the democratic and progressive. These are leaders who build consensus through participation. You see the difference between them? Yes. It is through participation. You go to meetings, you discuss things, you agree to disagree, but not to be disagreeable. I hope you got that. You agree to disagree, but not to be disagreeable. Avoid conflicts. If you want to be a leader, a good leader, you avoid conflicts. You know, I've got a philosophy. Step aside. You know, when the room is hot, step aside. Step out. You know, you saying sorry or you walking away from an argument does not make you feeble. It makes you strong. Believe me. It makes you strong. Walk away from trouble. Walk away. You've gone for some time and you come back. The room is quiet. Those people you left in the room, they'll be thinking, they will reflect and say, yeah, I think he was right. He walked out. If you stay in there and continue the argument and banter, you're not going to be successful. You can't. And you are not going to achieve anything. Because you're shouting at each other, you are screaming. That's not good leadership. They said, these are leaders who expect excellence and set direction. You know, they are leaders that step ahead. You know, they run ahead. You know, and they see that they want others to follow them. You know, they set examples. They move ahead so that the others will follow. You know, you give them a plot of land to plow, you come and plow quickly. That's just to tell the others that we can do the same thing that I'm doing. Let's move on. 5 styles of leadership. So these are leaders that lead by example. They lead by example. They inspire shared vision, set a common goal or achievable one. They challenge the process, direct others from a position of authority, enable others to act by delegating tasks to others based on the skills and experience, encourage and motivate others to leave their comfort zones, explore possibilities, think outside the box. Like I said, these are the type of leaders that brings development in every organization, in any society. Leaders that think outside the box to become a good leader. Because you know what? Everybody will be thinking, everybody will be looking up to you. Everybody will be looking up to you. Once they make you the leader, once they make you even the small president of a student union, everybody now will be saying, oh, what does Karim think about this? So even if they are thinking, now you have your leaders of FMYDE now, they need to be thinking fast, you know. They need to be thinking fast. Because there's no small leadership. There's no small leadership. So they need to be thinking fast. Because there's a lot that you'll be coming to them for consultation. Because they've set themselves a very, very high goal. A very, very high task. You know, ensuring that you guys can live, I can put it very bluntly, to live happily in this society. Because when you have financial independence or financial equity, you live happily. So there's a lot that now we be expecting from FYMDE. Next time they come to my office, ambassador will come to visit you, I'll be expecting them to tell them a lot. You know, I remember when they met me first, I said to them, you know what, don't want to conference until you have met everybody, get the views of everybody. Because being a student leader is not an easy task. I even want to believe that it's even worse than becoming a president of a country. So there's nothing, no thank you there. You're working freely, nobody's paying you. These guys are not being paid. FYMDE are not being paid. They are doing all of this voluntary job for you. So they've got a huge task. And in that then to be ready for the questions, to be ready to move, and to be ready to answer. They need to be reading now widely. Don't just be satisfied with what you know. Now you just put an African map there, 54 countries. You have we are African students there, probably nearly 16,000 or so African students in this place, or foreign students. Because sooner or later, when you are successful, other students from other continents may want to say, hey, we want to do FYMDE. This is a good thing, it's a good idea. So I want to encourage you to be open-minded in receiving other students from other continents. Because they're going to come. Even if they don't join you, they want to know the ideas that you have put together and how they can also put something like that together to benefit. So, negative traits in leadership. Negative traits in leadership. Selfishness. Selfishness. FYMDE leadership, they have access to some financial funds, and they try to use it for themselves rather than for the rest of the group. Okay? They start buying iPhone 15 Pro Max, they buy all this iPad and etc. Sooner or later, you see them sitting in a very nice car going about. And then when you talk to them, they turn their head the other way around. Yeah? They become very selfish. They only care about their own. They start looking only to themselves. What is from them? We have past student leaders like that. They only care about themselves. When the students try to bring their issues or their problems to them, they don't give any ears to them. They become very selfish. They become very inward looking. Very inward looking. Yeah. And that's when the breeds corruption. But once you become selfish, sooner or later you're going to become very corrupt. Because you're only thinking about yourself. So everything that comes to you, you just keep it in your pocket and you don't share. So let's avoid being selfish leaders. Quickness to anger. Remember what I said earlier? You work out as a leader. You're the last person that anyone expects to be angry in the room. You are the last to get angry. Don't suppress it. You're human, of course. But suppress it, suppress the anger. In my previous life, when I used to work, I used to run nearly over 200 people and many professionals, police, domestic, oil, this, that, you name it, doctors, etc. And now and again, they will meet me in the corridor and say, "Boss, why you never angry? Why should I be angry? There's no need for me to be angry. Because when you are hungry, this is the thing. When you are hungry, you are killing yourself. Okay? The person even your anger is directed at is not feeling the pain. You're the one feeling the pain. So that's the reason why it's always good to suppress the work on your anger. But more so when you are a leader should not be angry. A leader should never be angry. You shouldn't be angry. Because if you are angry, so many things will go wrong. So many things. So many things. I'll make a classic example of the country where I came from, Sierra Leone, my president. Most people would say, why is this guy not ever angry? Why does he not say anything? If he's hungry, the whole Sierra Leone will go into the Atlantic Ocean. Because we're surrounded by it. Yeah. The mountains will just enclose us and the ocean will just sit in and we are gone. So that's the reason why no leader should be angry. Of course, people will say things. Those who come from Sierra Leone, they know exactly how many things people have said about the president, how many things they write, how many kind of invectives they use on him. But that guy is never angry. Never. In fact, when you want to express concern over some of the things like I have done, you say, no, just be there. You say, you're tired. You need to go to bed and sleep and rest your head. I'm not thinking about how I'm going to get Karim, that boy, that thing he did to me. I'm not going to forgive him. I'm going to make sure he suffers. He does not even know you are thinking of him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He is sleeping. He's already probably now in Timbuktu. Yeah? And you are there sleeplessly on your pillow. You cannot even sleep because you are thinking about how you are angry against somebody. I'll tell you one thing. Most of the things that actually lead to the destruction of organizations is unnecessary anger. That's the reason why I really stayed on it a little bit. Sometimes we get angry over things that we're not supposed to be angry over. Sometimes we don't even know the details of something that has been brought to us, but just because somebody has told us about somebody, we get angry. Now you meet that person, you don't even stretch your hand to say hello, because Mary has told you about what Fatimata has said about you. So now you meet Fatimata, you're not going to greet Fatimata, you are angry because of what Mary has told you. And Fatimata does not even know what they told you. Anger is not good. It's not good. It's one of the for me, is one of the impediments of leadership. It's not good. And it links it with impatience. It links it to impatience. You cannot be impatient as a leader. You need to be patient as a leader. You need to be. You know, and it links it with rudeness. Because if you're angry, you're going to be rude. You're going to be impatient and you're going to be rude. And then, you see, and it links it with inconsistency. Okay? You can't be inconsistent as a leader. You can't say this today. You can't say today this guy is wearing green, and tomorrow you come and say he's blue. He's wearing the same green, but you say he's blue. Okay? You have sent the wrong message to your followers. You can't be inconsistent. Because if you're inconsistent, you're sending the wrong message. You tell them, don't put these chairs in this room, or don't sit here and smoke. But then they come, they meet you, your foot is stretched, and you are smoking in the same room where you told them not to smoke. Yeah? You can't be inconsistent. If you tell people not to do something as a leader, don't do it. Don't do it. Because if you do it, it destroys the organization. It destroys the team. It destroys the country. You can't be inconsistent. You know, we're not perfect. And we make mistakes. And when you do mistakes, you say sorry. Nobody should be big to say sorry. But you can't be making repeating the same mistake every time. You can't be doing the same thing, the same mistake every time. You're being inconsistent every time. You're not giving good example. You're not giving good vibes. You know, you're telling your children that they shouldn't steal, they shouldn't curse anyone. But every day you are cursing. Okay? You are cursing every day, they are hearing you cursing your children. So when they curse in the street, are you going to tell them, or they curse somebody, are you going to say, no, don't curse? You will not even have the mouth to tell them not to curse, because you do it. That's inconsistency. You tell the children not to steal, and you take them to the supermarket, and then you go behind the car, and you take one chocolate and put it in your pocket in front of your child. If a police comes to knock your door tomorrow and tell you, Mr. Yonga will caught your child stealing chocolate, will you be surprised? No. Because you've been doing it in front of your child. Although you tell your child you shouldn't steal, but then you are stealing chocolate and putting it in your pocket in front of your child. That's consistency. Don't tell people to do things you cannot do. It's not good. You have to be consistent in life. You know, let people know who you are and what you stand for. That's good leadership. I'm not saying you are perfect. None of us is perfect. But try to be consistent at least 99.9%. And the other percentage, people understand. They will definitely understand. Don't try to micromanage people. That's not good leadership. Although you've given the task to Mr. Karim and you come stand on top of his head, telling him what to do, you point your finger. Let the man do what you've given him the task. Then you can come and discuss with him later. You can give him directives later. We're not standing there telling him, no, you have to do this, you have to do, you have to do, you have to do. Some of them, they don't even, some of those leaders, they don't even stop talking. You know? And then they will develop an habit of talking to themselves. Because they are used to talking on people. So they develop that habit now of talking to themselves. You can't micromanage people. It's not good to micromanage people. Incompetence. That's why I don't even need to add anything on it. If you are incompetent, you cannot be a good leader. You need to know what you are there to do. You cannot say you are a medical doctor and who qualified in dentistry, and then you don't even know what dentistry is about. Yeah? And then when they tell you that this is when somebody goes to you, say, my gum is hurting me, this is probably the headache that you have.
try to learn, try to read around your subject area so you know what you are leading people up with. Because remember, you are the one who has the vision, you are the one who is showing the direction, and you are the one who needs the supporters to follow you. So if you are incompetent, is anybody going to follow you? No, they will follow you. So try to be competent. Positive traits of leadership: ability to motivate individuals, willingness to listen, and good communication skills. Very good communication skills is good for good leadership. You know how to talk to people, please. I know some of us like me have got a loud voice. I've got a loud voice. So usually when I'm working with people, I'll let them know straight away that, hey, remember I've got a loud voice. So if you see me speaking loud, I'm not being angry. That's just natural. You know, that's me being very open and transparent about myself. You need to be open and transparent. You need to communicate well, communicate your ideas well. You have a vision, you have a direction, but believe you me, if you don't communicate well, nobody's going to follow you. You won't get supporters. Communication is very, very important in our lifestyle. Very, very important. I know I've taken a lot of time. I'll finish. You need to be trustworthy. Always, you need to be open to new ideas. You need to be decisive as a leader. Okay? If you got somebody who is incompetent in your team, if you don't drop that person out of the team, it's going to bring the whole team down. It's going to bring the whole team down. So you need to be decisive. If this person is not pulling their weight, we don't want these universities here. I know my colleagues will agree with me. We don't want these universities here to train doctors here who are not meant to be medical doctors in our countries. Yeah. So if you are not doing well in your school, if these people they drop you out of the school, there's very little we can do. Because you came here to study, isn't it? So they drop you because you are incompetent. Yeah. Selfless understanding the goals of the team or organization. Let me move on. I've gone into more slides, don't worry. Role of student leadership. I deliberately added this. Motivate others through, for example, information sharing, sporting activities, etc. Influence through advocacy and other means. Support academic and social needs. Guide others geared towards achieving a set goal. Organize symposiums or conferences to seek knowledge or share say. Participate in cultural activities and exchange. But one of the principal ones here really is advocacy. Because FYMDE is kind of an advocacy group. It's kind of an advocacy group. And they are forming partnerships so that they can advocate on all of your behalf. So that your life here will be meaningful. I'll move on. So in summary, a leader should be in position to provide guidance, to inspire others, and motivate them in their quest to achieving goals, to create a vision and rally people around a common cause. Should possess the necessary skills and knowledge to make informed decisions and solve problems effectively. That's what simply it is. Okay, your take home from here. Leadership, legacy, and test of times. Now that you have formed FY, you are on the verge of forming FYMD, or you form FYMDE, you need to put structures in place so that you leave a legacy. So when you are not here tomorrow, FYMDE will still be here. You don't have to live with FYMDE when you leave Russia. Every leader should always aspire to leave a legacy. If I leave here tomorrow as an ambassador of Sierra Leone, I want to leave a legacy in Moscow. Every one of us should aspire to leave a legacy that people will remember you for tomorrow. That people will remember you for tomorrow when you are gone. This is what most leaders don't do. Most leaders, some leaders are selfish. When they go, They want to go with everything that they have prepared. They don't want to leave a legacy. And a legacy, not only leaving it because you want to leave it, because that is what it says. A legacy that will serve the test of times. That generations after, every one of us will still be enjoying FYMDE. They will still be reading about FYMDE. That is what we need to do. We need to leave a legacy. We have to leave. Every one of us should leave for legacy. Let me be very blunt about this. Every one of us should live for a legacy. We shouldn't be living for today. Let's live for tomorrow. When you are gone, somebody should come and say, oh, Dr. Karim was here, this is why he did. Or this is why he left for us. But Dr. Karim took everything when he was going with him. Or he left the mess in this place when he was leaving. We shouldn't do that. Leaders, let's leave legacy that serve the test of time. On that note, that's my legacy for you. My leadership. Thank you very much for having me. And I look forward to working with FYMDE yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It's been an honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for that powerful presentation. I hope you guys learned something. Because of time, we're just going to swiftly move into the next part of the presentation. I'm going to invite His Excellency of Uganda, Mr. Moses, to come speak to us about culturing the art of governance in the youth. Let's get
Thank you very much. And I guess time is not on our side. I don't know whom to blame for this. But I will start by telling you two stories before I start with presentations. One, I went to study in the United States of America. As well as relatively not a person. I was already married and I had children. I was already a chartered accountant. But I needed a master's degree to be able to compete in Bible. I'm not a literate person. I'm an accountant. I'm a financial analyst. I'm a strategic planning expert. I'm an institutional development expert. I've been in politics. I've been president. The university I went to was a closed university. This is a high-cost university. The University of Notre Dame is a Catholic university started by the Holy Cross Fathers, and it's one of the most expensive universities in the range of Harvard, Stanford. So to get there, you either have money or you go by scholarship. So there were only 17 African students in that university. And the president had been president of the African Students Association for 12 years. He was never finished his PhD, so the university said, he must leave now. So when I got there, they said, we take over. And the budget, each association, students association, had a budget of about 400,000. There was another association which was closer to Africa. That was African American students. There were 370 people. Mainly sports persons. Because they gave sports scholarships, so these were football players, basketball, some soccer players, and so on. So I convinced the African Americans that why do we have two associations when we are all African? first ever in the Association of African and African American Students in a big university. I want to tell you that we received coverage from CNN, all many houses, and within 2 weeks, I was known by everybody who matters in that country. That was in 1997. And I really, internship at Capital Hill. The other story is, with His Excellency, we were the first to be here, before the other lectures on the ground. A few minutes to 11 o'clock, we were here. Yes, I'm expecting to be closed. And then most of you were here. In 2007, I'm always given the most difficult assignments in my life. So 2007, Uganda was in the Commonwealth Games of Government meet. And the preparations had lost focus completely. So when the Secretary General came in May, process for the conference in November, he decided that they were transferring the host rights to Canada because Uganda was not compliant. People were not answering phone calls, they were not responding to emails. And then the president said, give me an opportunity. So he appointed me chief register officer. And he said, even the vice president would be answering to you. You can imagine the vice president, the prime minister, the chief of defense forces, the inspector of police were all answering to me. So, first meeting, I told them we are going to have meetings every morning at 7:30. And the meeting will only last for 30 minutes. After that, we go, come back to following report. 30 minutes, we go. He said, that's too early, traffic jam. I said, we shall have meetings at 7:30. Day one, 7:30. 5 minutes to 8, the parents came in. Another thing, that's calling and put it on do not disturb. That's what we do. But my hand is gone. The third day, I found the person sitting in his chair. Everybody else was there. And please, take my time for yourself. Next slide. I just want to share something with you from some of our leaders before we go into these issues of governance. This is what Professor Mahmoud Bablan said about as African program. If you think you are too small to make a difference, you haven't spent the night with the mosquito. Leadership is kind of one of the most traits. One is never too small, or you have to emerge as a strong leader. Professor Mamdan is the Ugandan scholar. So you may think you are just a student here in Moscow, but you are a leader. Think of that mosquito. When that mosquito gets into your